Hi, everyone. Hello. Good morning. My name is Marina Shepelsky. If anyone doesn't know, I'm a lawyer, but today I'm not talking about law. I promise. I'm talking about something that we're all interested in, and that's your health, your weight, your energy, your fitness. And as usual, I bring an expert. So I'm here with my good friend, Alex Solomin, right? And
Hmm.
he's a trainer and a coach, and he's my trainer and coach for weight loss, for nutrition, for staying on top of me to make sure that I'm committed to my health journey. And I want Alex to tell us about himself and what he does, and just give us some pointers on how to get on track with all of our health.
Thank you for having me. So my name is Alex Solomon. I'm a fitness coach where I specialize in sustainable weight loss. So a lot of times, especially now, there's so many different gimmicks and fads and weight loss supplements and a lot of BS on how to just lose weight. So my background really quick is I used to be 365 pounds. I was very obese. I was pre-diabetic. I had extremely high blood pressure, fatty liver, high triglycerides, and doctor told me, no, you wouldn't live to be past 30 at the current rate you're going. So I took that as a wake-up call, and I started to just figure out or try to figure out how do I lose weight because I needed to survive. So throughout my journey, I always wanted to help other people achieve the same kind of progress and the results and success that I was able to achieve. So over time, through a lot of trial and error, I was able to just do a lot of things that didn't work. And I used to think it was a waste of time, but now looking back at it, I'm glad I did try things that did waste time because now I know what not to do. So over the years, I've tried everything. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. And now what I do is I teach people how to actually lose weight the right way, because the hardest part isn't losing the weight. It's about getting to your end goal without feeling like you got there by the skin of your teeth, without getting there by restricting everything, avoiding all the foods that you enjoy, avoiding parties, going out to restaurants. That should be a part of it. So I teach people how to make this a sustainable lifestyle change, but make weight loss be a part of that lifestyle change, because people focus only on the weight loss. And that's why they think it's so difficult, because if you only focus on the weight loss, it just makes the entire process so much more difficult because you never feel like it's sustainable for you.
I hear that, and I'm sure that if you're my friend on Facebook and you follow me, I do yoga. Yoga is a philosophy of life that's very similar to what Alex is talking about. And yoga is about the practice of yoga. So, what Alex is talking about is to really lose weight and to keep it off has to be your practice. It should be your lifestyle. It's not like a short term thing that you just do a little bit and then you lose the weight, you could forget about it. This is a life commitment. You have to change the way you eat. You have to change the way your family eats. My kids are now eating differently too, because in our household, we're all a family, so we're all on this journey together. And it's like contagious. When you start to feel good, when you start to show the world and your family that you're losing weight, you're feeling good, you're gaining muscle, they want to do it too. Now, how I came across from Alex, I don't know. Across Alex, I don't remember. We were just talking about this yesterday, and I said,
Yeah.
Alex, how did we even connect? I didn't know him, right? We don't
Yeah.
run like in the same circles. He's not a lawyer. I'm usually only in groups for lawyers or like moms or something.
Yeah.
Right? That's because I'm really busy, and despite of what you see on Facebook, here I am with yoga and exercise. I work a lot. Alex knows I'm always calling him when I'm driving to or from work late at night or like in the middle of the day or something. So how do you find time in your busy schedule for exercise? You have to take it on as a commitment, as a practice. You have to put yourself first. And for women, and for many men too, this is a big one, right? Because we always put our family first, our job, our parents, our, friends, but to put yourself first, it takes some guts. And I personally have started to, and I've been doing this since August with yoga. Now I just added this to it. Everything goes on my schedule. Everything goes on the calendar. My team knows when I'm doing my workout that Alex has scheduled for me, when I'm doing my yoga, or when I have something going on with the doctor or whatever. I'm not to be called. I'm not to be, harassed. I'm in my zone. My family schedules their activities around my stuff because you have to put yourself first. If you don't, believe me, no one else will. Mm-hmm. So you have to learn to love yourself enough to say, okay, Alex used to be 360 pounds. And I have a comment here, somebody who maybe doesn't believe you, who says, what? 360 pounds.
I can show you a photo.
But it's true. It's true. And by dedication, by doing the same simple things, I'm doing very simple things here. It's happening. I've lost already 6 pounds personally. And Alex, how many pounds did you lose?
I lost 135 total.
That's
from my highest to my lowest.
I was on a Zoom call yesterday and this morning. Teresa, one of our group members, posted that she lost already almost 70 pounds, like 69.3, she said. So this is not just Alex. This is everybody in our group. And it's very motivational for me to
I don't know
be
if you can
in this
see
group.
this, but that was me.
Wow.
That was me
like a whole different person. It doesn't even look.
I feel like a whole different person. I thought. Sorry to interrupt you, but I thought that it's all about looking better. Like, I can't wait till I look like this. So I can't wait till, looking better is important, but how you feel about yourself. I give a good example. Walking into a room, a brand new room with new people, for example, people might not think that's a very big deal when you're overweight, but people's first impressions of you are very important. And I can personally, recall many times when I walked into a room and the first impressions that people had of me weren't the best. But that also changed once I did lose the weight, and it makes you feel better. You're not limited to different stores because you know that you have no business being in a specific store, and just doing daily activities is just so much more pleasurable. It's not such a hassle doing regular things, and that's where the real success is. Looking better is fine, it's great, but just feeling better about yourself is just a whole different kind of success.
Yeah, a lot of people gained weight during quarantine. A lot of people were home with their kids. I was baking half of the time, and I'm not a baker. I don't even cook for myself. I was the kind of person, and still sometimes I am, who will order something in. Thank God my husband loves to cook, but we were baking, we were cooking all kinds of incredibly unhealthy things. And I, like everyone else, have just let myself be. I said, okay, I'm just going to let myself during this quarantine eat whatever. And of course, like everyone else, I gained a bunch of weight. I went up a size. It's terrible. So I had to, I started with yoga, first of all, because my back was killing me. So I had to start doing stretches. And my neurologist told me that the weight is the first thing that affects your spine. And this is, of course, my opinion. So he says, even if you take a pound off, you already are in a better place. So I started with yoga. Then I tried different things. I tried keto. Anything that's too restrictive. Anything that says you can't have dairy, you cannot have any sugar, you cannot have any bread, you cannot do this. And everything that you cannot, and this is I learned about psychology and neurolinguistics, your brain doesn't understand the word not, right? Your subconscious doesn't get the word not. So you say no bread, all your brain is thinking about is the bread. So with this system that Alex has me on, we're counting calories, but I'm pretty much I'll give you an example. Last night, I sent my husband a recipe. He's the one who cooks. For this pineapple, very healthy pineapple brown rice with shrimp. So he says to me, this is not diet food, Marina. This is 430 calories. I said, honey, I'm not on a diet. That's the thing. I'm not on a diet. I'm not on a diet. This is the way I eat. If I eat 430 calories where I got protein, I have good healthy carbs from brown rice or like black rice. I got the pineapple. I got all kinds of greens are in there. My friend inspired me. She posted this on her page. So I'm like, listen, we're going to eat like this as a family. This is good food. Yes, I got 430 calories and I ate rice, which is a carb. But so what? I know I can do for my weight, I can do 1,600, like 50 calories per day. It still leaves me a bunch of stuff that I can have for the rest of the day. First of all. And second of all, I'm in control. I'm not on a diet. I'm not on restriction, because when you're constantly thinking, this got me over the years. When you are restricted, you're like, you feel like you're punishing yourself. And nothing good can ever come out of punishing yourself. Same with exercise. When you start thinking of exercise as something you do that you enjoy, and you're doing this because you decided to do it, you made the choice, you don't blame, you take responsibility, say, I'm making the choice, I'm doing this for myself. It's a whole different mindset. And you get yourself somebody to exercise with if you can't start yourself. And get a buddy who's going to be very loving and encouraging and inspiring. Not somebody who's going to say, you said you're going to do it, you're going to do it, give me 5. No, that's not going to work. At least it doesn't work for me.
Me too.
So, we're doing our Zoom calls with Alex every week. I listen to other people, and I look at other people, and some people are like really overweight, but some people who are really overweight have gone way down, and now they're looking like they're like giants.
New people.
Normal weight now. He's like a normal guy. If I saw him in the street, I never would have thought he weighed as much as he did, and I saw his pictures from before too.
I want to add something, if I can, about the whole restrictions, because I feel what you said about you've done so many restrictions before. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. And I've went through the same exact thing when I told myself, you can't eat this food because it's bad, right? But as human beings, you people tend to fantasize. What if I try this? I mean, I can't have it, but what's the worst going to happen? You try it and you feel guilty about having it. But if you put such crazy restrictions, you may want to try what's forbidden, like forbidden fruit in a sense, and that's a very important mental barrier when you're losing weight. Is nobody should tell you can't eat anything or anything specific, because if you put these restrictions on yourself, not only are you making the process harder by telling yourself that as long as I'm losing weight, I can't touch these foods. Well, what happens once you do lose the weight and you do touch these foods? Do you know how to control yourself? Do you know the value of nutrition? Do you know how to incorporate the foods back into your life? But if you tell yourself during the whole journey is, I can have it in the right moderation, you don't feel so restricted, and the whole process just seems so much easier, because a very big part of this is enjoyment. If you made that pineapple, shrimp, rice, that's awesome. If it fits your nutritional guidelines and you don't feel guilty about it, it's awesome. But people think that rice is bad, or if it's, I don't know, eating a piece of bread is bad. It's not. But it's all these restrictions that people tell you about on Google, on Facebook. Oh, eating after 6 p.m., bread is bad, sugar is bad. Like, it's all in the moderations, because you have to prioritize the right lifestyle, but that lifestyle should have weight loss be a part of it, instead of prioritizing the weight loss and figuring out the lifestyle once you get there. That's what people don't get right.
And tell me, and to our listeners and viewers, what you said in the Zoom call, and you always say about how much do you have to get right to be on the right track and be on a weight loss journey? Like, to lose weight, do you have to be perfect? Do you have to follow everything so perfectly?
So that's a great question, because people they think that once they start losing weight, I have to do things perfectly. I have to eat this amount, no less, no more. Well, maybe less, but not more. I have to do, if I'm setting out to do 6 workouts a week, I have to do 6 workouts a week. I got to do this amount of cardio every day. And this perfection mindset from the start is what makes people fall off track, because perfection isn't sustainable, because perfection you may do things perfectly for a few days, a week or 2 weeks, but you will eventually not be able to stick to it. So what I tell people is 80 to 85%. Just be good enough, but that good enough has to be in the right direction, because over a long period of time, being good enough will get you amazing results. But being perfect and trying to be perfect every single time, you're going to burn out. You're going to fall off. You're going to say, screw it. It's too difficult. It's not for me. I'll go try Herbalife or something like that. Or I'll go try weight loss
And
pills.
Herbalife is restrictive. So it's like, it sounds like, again, you're not doing yourself any favors by going from one restriction to the other to the third, you know?
Exactly. And I always say it's, when people try to be perfect, it's like they're leaping forward and stumbling backwards. But being good enough is just taking baby steps, because it's better to take baby steps and walk a mile, 2 miles slowly, but get to your goal, than it is to leap forward and just stumble backwards and just repeat the same process over and over again. Because I see it all the time.
So I'm going to share what I do with Alex. So first, like week, we were just, I was already on the calls, but I was just like, I wasn't doing really much yet. I was weighing myself. I ordered a special tape so you could measure yourself and have the stats, like the statistics every week. I downloaded the app for training. I already had an app on my phone for keeping track. It's called MyFitnessPal, of my calories and like a food diary, but on your phone. That takes a lot of commitment to do too, by the way. I usually do it in the bathroom. Because I don't have any other time to do it.
Yep.
Or
do it when you can.
But I do it every day. And I bought the tape. I got the weights. We decided to do 5 and 10. I had other weights in my house. I got, a resistance band. So the first week was just to prepare. And then Alex began assigning to me my calories based on my weight and my, measurements. We decided the calorie amount. He sent me a big guide that I still haven't read fully, but I promise, about how much protein and carbs you should eat by eye measurement, not like anything by weight, but like 3 pounds of this, 2 pounds of that, and then he started to assign daily things to do, daily activities, and workout. So we decided that because I'm already doing yoga 3-4 times a week, and I wasn't going to leave it, I just added 2 free weight workouts. And also, I'm supposed to walk 3-4 times a week, or as much as I can. The more, the better. Walking is like a regular exercise, not like anything special.
No running.
No
jogging.
Not jogging. My back couldn't handle it anyway right now. I'm not in the weight yet to do things like that. And so I started to do it. The first day that I had to do a free weight workout on my own, I was ready to walk away and say, F this, I'm not doing this. This is too much work. But I said, no, you're going to stick with this. And this is a normal thing. I wasn't lifting like 20 pounds. I was doing 5-pound weights, literally. And I was out of breath and it was really hard. And I decided to cheat and get a trainer, my own trainer, to do it at home with me because, frankly, I can afford it. Why not? This is a time in my life when I'd rather have a trainer, since I'm not eating out that much anymore. I'm saving money on food. I'm saving money on like going out and not really trying to buy new clothes that much because I plan to lose weight and get into different. Might as well invest in somebody to help me in my house. And she comes to my house twice a week and helps me because of my back. She shows me how to do adjusted, modified versions of the exercises that Alex wants me to do. And we started to adjust with Alex too for my back because my back hurts a lot. So, things like that. I started walking as much as I can. And I'm lucky right now it's summer, so it's good to walk outside.
Yeah.
But in the winter, I'll get something for the house. I'll get like a used treadmill or something. And that's it. That's how I'm doing it. And it's working. It's a lot of work because I'm still getting used to having this kind of schedule, but it works. Food-wise, I can't say that I was so bad even before, but I dropped things like, fatty fried stuff. I used to eat a lot of cheese. Now that I'm doing calorie calculation, I realized that I was eating too many calories with cheese.
Yeah.
And sometimes red meat. and bacon. We're big bacon lovers in my
I
house.
love
Everybody
bacon.
loves bacon. Well, now I try to do it once a week, if I
But
eat it.
it's these habits that last a lifetime. If you just understand how many calories are in different foods, you can teach yourself that to make better choices when you go out by yourself. Because doing this for a long period of time, now realistically, nobody's going to count calories for the rest of their life. That's just not going to happen. But if you do this for a little while, or just just long enough to understand which food has more calories, which food has less calories, this simple habit and understanding is what you will be able to take this kind of knowledge with you for the rest of your life. Because if you understand this, you can go out later on and just understand, well, I should be having less of this food, more of that food. And that's not something that restrictions will teach you, but that is what understanding nutrition will teach you. And that's what I want you to do. And it's exactly what you've been doing. You've lost, 6 pounds already so far in 2 weeks. And it's, well, actually a week of just doing this. And it's amazing. But this is the habit that will be very important and will make your lifestyle just be a lot more in alignment with health and just losing weight and just staying on track once you do lose the weight. And restrictions are no good unless you need it for your own health reasons. That's a whole different story. But as far as weight loss, restrictions only put you in a very tight spot and make it very difficult, because you never want to feel like I can't look or eat this food because somebody said it's bad for me. There's no good food or bad food. It's all just food.
It's
all
just
about
food. That's exactly the thing that I'm kind of beginning to remember. And a lot of things, when I started Alex, I said to him, I learned so much about nutrition generally already. I've done so many diets. I used to go to this weight loss support group, and we did fasting. So I lost with fasting 65 pounds or even more one time. And I looked really good, but that only lasted for a very short amount of time, because there's no way you can have a life when you're fasting every week, 2-3 times a week, completely not eating, or just going without eating for a week. That's insane. I lost a lot of hair after that. I remember my hair started to fall out. I looked nice because I lost weight, and I did feel lighter, but I just felt terrible. This time, this is something I have to make my life. It's my practice. It's my life. And the 6 pounds that I lost, I already feel them. I feel much lighter and better. My back is starting to feel better. So I think this is all related, and I think that I'm on the right track, and I invite you to get on the right track. And the reason I do this, I'm not getting paid anything. I have no interest in financially gaining from this. I just really want my friends and people who follow me and the people I talk to every day, I'm very active on social media, to really get the benefit of this knowledge, this understanding that nutrition is so important, especially after you're 30 years old or 40. I'm in my mid 40s now. Every pound affects your health. Every pound counts. And nowadays, I was reading about this. People are going to live to 100 years old in our lifetime. Our kids for sure are going to live to 100. Medicine has ways to stretch your lifetime out. We live in a great country that has all these resources, right? But how do you live? The quality of your life can be very different, So, losing weight is possible for anyone. A lot of my friends are really busy people, professionals. How do you build this into your life, Alex? What's your advice? How do you make this part of your everyday life practice,
Good question. So I would say find areas of your current life where you can fit in health and fitness instead of trying to fit your current lifestyle into health and fitness. So what I mean by that is prioritize your current lifestyle and just live it as you are, but see where can you throw in a little bit of health and fitness. Maybe, for example, you're a very busy person. I see this all the time is people leave the house, they go to work, they're at work for 12 hours or more. They're always on the road. And they may have no time for health and fitness in a sense. But what they do have time is to just bring food with you. As simple as that. Now, by bringing food with you, you are already setting yourself up for success. Because if you don't bring food with you, I don't mean entire meal preps. You can do that if you want to, but it could be as simple as bringing a couple of snacks with you. So when you're in the car, you're eating them and you're not going to a drive-through, or maybe some food that's even leftovers that you bring with you to work, so that you have that food instead of ordering pizza, sandwiches, stuff like that. Because that small, simple habit will be so effective long term that people don't even realize that. Just by bringing food with you, you are already so much more successful than other people who aren't doing that. So that's a small change that you can do. But if your schedule is also very busy, I would say you don't have to do a lot to start losing weight and getting healthier. People think that I'm so busy, I have no time at all. I guarantee you there's some time throughout the day where you can do something. You can shave a few minutes off of this, or maybe do something else quicker, and just give yourself 20, 30 minutes of just maybe a small workout. Maybe it's just going for a short walk, no running, no jogging, a short walk. Because if you give yourself 20 minutes every day to go for a walk, that's over 2 hours a week of activity that you're doing that you haven't been doing before. Only 20 minutes. Now, over a month, how many hours of activity are you doing that you haven't been doing before, just by 20 minutes per day? Now, you can find 20 minutes in a day. You can find 15 minutes in a day. Most people have a lot more time during the day than they think they do. But there's different ways to incorporate this into your current lifestyle. It's just that people think that it has to be too difficult and it has to be too involved and too perfect. It doesn't have to be. Start small. Start bringing food with you to work. Start going for a 10 to 20-minute walk every day. Simple facts like that.
I go food shopping twice a week, not once. And we make lists ahead of time for healthy meal ideas. And I'm actually considering adding to that. For example, I dropped real fatty cheese, and I dropped all the salami and the Russian cold cuts from my diet. But I eat a lot of turkey now. I eat lean ham. I buy the lean Canadian bacon because it still has that taste of the cold cuts and the smoked part. We I know you're big on getting a whole chicken and using the chicken.
Exactly.
I go to Costco. Costco has a lot of healthy options when you live in the suburbs like me, but even if you don't, Costco's everywhere. Costco, we buy those little peppers. They're really crunchy. I dropped, I learned from Alex that it's okay to eat yogurt with flavors, right? Because I used to only eat the plain yogurt, and, you lose interest after a while. So now I buy in Costco these less sugar, they're called sugar less or less sugar yogurts that have 9 grams of sugar, but it's there, it's okay. Or I'll do a plain yogurt, the phage. We do Greek yogurt as part of Alex's plan. And then I'll put berries into it. Berries are really low sugar, low glycemic. You can't go wrong with berries. Or sometimes I cut up like an apple. Or if I want to go the savory route, I bring the little peppers. Or it takes some preparation. And I'm looking to add a meal delivery, a clean meal delivery service that has all the calories already calculated. I'm thinking to throw a few of those at work, in my fridge at work, and have some in the house in case I don't have time to pack food or I have to run somewhere. Or sometimes I'm in the car a lot during the day, when I have a closing once in a while. So I really can't bring any food. Then you have to start to kind of learn to make the right choices, right? The right choices when you don't have the food prepared. And it doesn't mean you have to eat a salad all the time, because I'm sick of salads. I literally
me too.
can't get salads anymore. Once in a while I want a salad, but not every day. So you start to think, what can I buy in a fast food restaurant, right? So a turkey chili is not a bad idea. You can get that almost anywhere. even the regular chili is just better to have like a cup of something that's going to fill your stomach. And this is Alex also teaches. Buy food that's going to be lots of volume but low on the calories. What's going to fill up your belly so you don't feel hungry an hour later. And eat on a regular basis. My problem was that I used to like go a day without eating because I don't have time. And then I just get so hungry and I come home. I can't eat just one meal. I'm like eating a meal and a half or 2 meals in one because I'm really hungry. So you have to kind of remind yourself. That's another thing, to eat. At work, it's hard, but you have to set an alarm. Yep. I have a friend who sets alarms to eat every 3 hours. And I'm not saying to do that, but at least to have your lunch and dinner after, breakfast. And then I know that eventually we'll probably start to do intermediate fasting as part of this.
Yeah, if you want to, for sure.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. I'm not like doing anything crazy right now. I'm just.
I also want to add something.
Preparing food and taking it to work so far.
Yeah, I want to add something for people that are watching this. What you can do right now to start seeing results is get away from drinking your calories. Simple as that. So make sure you're eating your calories. What I mean by that is get away from soda, not because it's bad, but because that's calories in it. And when you drink your calories, you don't get filled up from it. So get away from soda, get away from maybe very high calorie dressings and replace them for lower calorie dressings or maybe sugar-free dressings, stuff like that. Get away from just consuming your calories by liquid. And that's because it doesn't fill you up and you would rather eat the calories because the sensation of chewing and the whole digestive part of digesting whole food will take longer, which means you'll be filled up for a longer period of time, which means that your hunger won't be as bad. And that will play a very important part in managing your hunger and losing weight without getting off track.
That's very important. It's important, and we're going to wrap up. So I'm going to ask Alex to give us some last-minute inspiration. I heard you when you said to stop drinking those Starbucks Frappuccinos, the Dunkin' Donuts. You have to look at Dunkin' Donuts is great, and Starbucks too. They give you the calories. So if you're smart and you're thinking about losing weight, and you look at the calories, that's when I changed my mind about having any unhealthy. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to do 1,600 a day, but is 500 just from this drink? Fuck that. I want to eat like a burger. I'd rather have a burger. 100%. If I'm going to have 600 calories, I'd rather have a burger, like a cheeseburger, a slice of pizza, than have a drink. And there's substitutes, right? So 100%. Drinking your calories is number one. What other tips do you have for busy people who want to start right now to lose weight?
If you're busy right now and you want to lose weight, I would say don't get frustrated over doing every single thing. Take small baby steps, but in the right direction. As I said before, try to walk 10 to 15 minutes per day. Maybe if let's say you're on a little break, you can take that little break and there's your 15, 20 minutes of walking. No jogging, no running. Just walk around the block. Maybe you're on a call instead of sitting at home on a call or at your job on a call. If you have the opportunity to go for a walk, go for a walk and have that call, because most people love walking when they're talking anyways. And also the whole drinking calories is very, very important, because I can't stress enough how important that is. I mean, not to pick on Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or anything like that, but because they're just the most popular chains. But those drinks are more like milkshakes. They're not coffee. They have caffeine.
That's not a real coffee. That's not a real coffee drink.
Yeah, I mean, you can replace that. Also replace, maybe if you're having a lot of dairy in your nutrition, a lot of milk, replace that milk for a lower fat milk, maybe almond milk, whatever it is, just to get those calories down. If you're drinking a lot of sugar, you can replace it with sugar substitutes or no sugar if you like that. But there's always alternatives to high calorie foods with low calorie foods. So that's what you should be doing. Even if you don't change your diet and your nutrition at all, just by replacing certain foods for the lower calorie options of those foods, you will start losing weight without pretty much doing anything.
Yeah. And my personal tip is have patience. Have patience. I'm a very impatient person. I want everything done like yesterday. I want to see my weight loss. I've been already on this for 2 weeks. I want to see 15 pounds, and I want to see one size down. Unfortunately, life is not like that. And if it took you a year to gain 30 pounds, it's going to probably take you a year to lose the 30 pounds. I mean, that's just logic, right? So, our body is really smart. It's not like we gain weight overnight. It's not like you went from 150 pounds to 250 overnight. It happened, and it's going to take time to go back as well. So I ask you for patience. I ask you for love for yourself. You wouldn't, if you were saying things about yourself in your mind that you wouldn't say to your kids or your significant other, you shouldn't say them at all. Like, you shouldn't say things like, oh, to yourself. So I'm talking about when you're talking to yourself like I do. You're so stupid. You're a fat cow. You're you're so lazy. Don't say things like that. Go with love. Treat yourself. This should be about loving yourself, doing this for yourself, not for anyone else. I wish you a great day. We're going to probably do this again in about a month, right? Our Facebook Live was like on, I think, May 19th last time. So we'll probably do this again next month. And I hope that all of you can, gain something from this live. Alex loves to be contacted on Facebook. This is his favorite method of contact. I hope to see you in our group if you join. This is a really good part of Alex's business and system, is that you get to be in a group with other people from all over America. And we have some Russian people there now, Alla and a couple others. So I hope that you'll join us. It's nice to have a buddy. And I hope you'll be inspired by people like Alex and many other people in this group who lost like 50 pounds and more. So, have a great day. Take care. Be well.
Take care.